Hey guys, well, I am ready to kick off our lunch and grow today. We're going to kind of cover a few things. I would encourage you to have a pen and paper because we're going to kind of talk about a couple of ways to get all those free accounts that you need to get really quickly, and then how we're going to be able to get to that 50% paycheck boost. But we're going to talk about a few things that are just kind of on my mind today. And it definitely involves mastering your calendar. It's really funny because I just said I was going to reference what Jason Camper was talking about on his link. Hopefully all of you received that. And he was talking about how he's terrible at mastering his calendar. But I have to tell y'all, some of you do know me and you know my backstory, but when I started this business 7 years ago, yesterday, 6 years and 364 days prior to yesterday, I was sitting at home trying to figure out if there was ever going to be a way out of this, one, just feeling better because I had turned 40 years old and I didn't feel good anyway, but just, was there ever going to be a break? Do you know how many people wish that they would just win the lottery to get their break? And I could literally visualize winning the lottery to pay off this and pay off this and pay off this and pay off this just to have some security. And honestly, 6 years, 364 days ago, Sunday, that is exactly what I was sitting around doing. And 7 years ago, yesterday, I got the call that said, hey, you need to try this product / look at this opportunity. Now, here's where I'm going to kind of talk about that calendar thing, because I was a busy single mom of two kids who were very, very into sports, cheerleading, rodeos, dance, you name it, they did it. I, a lot of times, had to divide and conquer with ex-husband to get one child here, one child here. He remarried. He all of a sudden had a huge family. I remarried almost 4 years ago. I went from 2 kids to 7. You can imagine the chaos. I now have 7 children. Ex-husband now has 5 children. It is chaos. Very fortunately, they're all starting to grow up, and we have the last one in high school. But it was a crazy, chaotic time. The job that I had at the time was a marketing director for 12 car dealerships. That is insane. So me trying to take on one more thing, as Mario was talking to me about, was going to be a little overwhelming. Like, I felt anxiety just thinking about it. Have any of you ever been in that position? So I challenge everybody who tells me they're too busy to do this job. I'm like, whatever. I know busy. However, I do believe busy people get things done. So that's a whole nother story. But it was just a chaotic time in my life. And I was not looking for a business opportunity. But remember, the day before that, what was I sitting around thinking? I was hoping I'd win the lottery. What are the odds of winning the lottery to get yourself in a better financial position? So very fortunately, this was presented to me. I took it, I ran with it, and it kind of goes back to Jason Camper's thought process that he said on that call. If you guys have been able to watch his YouTube video, is you got to have the technical side of things, which we're going to talk about with the calendar stuff, but you also have to have a very good emotional passion side. There is a very small percentage of people who, when adversity hits them, are still driven and motivated to go forward. So in my life, I don't think anybody, when they get ready to walk down the aisle at their big dream wedding, ever thinks that they're going to be starting their life over again at 35 years old. And that was me. I had been through I'm in a very small town, which, by the way, today I had one of the most powerful people in this small town come and ask me to run for city council. So I was in a very small town that my divorce was very public because I was so involved in so many things. So it was a mess. And then a couple of years later, I was dragged through a nasty, nasty custody battle, which is even worse. That's adversity. That's people trying to tell you you're not good at anything, especially motherhood. And by the way, I won by a landslide, but that was a whole nother story. But you literally, adversity and chaos, and yet I still picked myself up each day to go forward with doing stuff. But I had to start my whole life over at 35, ground zero, start over, actually ground zero and below. I had to start over. So when this was brought to me at 40, I'm going to tell you, a lot of crap had been thrown my way and a lot of mountains I had pushed right through. So I'm not saying that I'm necessarily one of that small percentage that when adversity hits, chaos hits, craziness hits, that I can push right through, but I kind of do think I am one of those kind of people. So it's hard to find those kind of people. And very fortunately, if you're growing a team, you've probably found some of those kind of people on your team. The people who are passionate and say, okay, I don't have a choice to not show up and do my job today because somebody's got to pay for this house. Somebody's got to pay for the groceries. Somebody's got to take care of the children. And as women, I'm just going to say it, you have 14 hats you have to wear. So you got to have your crap together, right? And if you're on here today, I kind of feel like you're one of those people who can push forward, push and go. And so you got to have that passion. You got to have that motivation. That is exactly what Jason Camper was talking about. So the people who are on your team who are not like that, please don't go backwards because of them, and don't feel like you can't just keep moving ahead just because everybody on your team is not made like you. I do think there should be a zillion clones of me and the world would be a better place. Just kidding. I don't know. That might be pure chaos, but finding those type of people and you being one of those type of people is what's most important, right? So if you've got the passion, you've got the drive, chaos and adversity have came at you, and a global pandemic happens and you're still pushing forward, you are one of those kind of people. Now, the technical side of that is having your calendar in place, right? So let me just tell you what. Every day I work this business, but today I started at 6 o'clock. I had to get stuff done for my son, my husband out the door, breakfast cooked for my daughter, get on a Zoom with my team, do my daily dues. This is what my daily dues look like. It's crazy. I needed to go up to the chamber office because I needed to do some volunteer work up there. That Bridgeport Chamber of Commerce is a very close thing to my heart, because 15 years ago, right before I went through that nasty divorce, that was the job that I had that opened up many, many doors for me. And so I felt like that was my baby, and I needed to go up there and just do some work for them today. But I had to have my stuff done first. Many of you go to a regular job. I just had to go do some volunteer work, as well as take care of some stuff at the school for all the teachers and staff at Bridgeport IS at high school. That's a lot. And then come back here and be prepared for this today, as well as now do my job, what I got to do. So mastering my calendar today was a little bit insane. How many of you can drop in the chat, sometimes feel like you're just flying by the seat of your pants to get everything done each day? And I am telling you right now, if you will literally make a plan for every 30 minutes to an hour of your day, your life will be a lot less chaotic. However, you'll probably put some more stuff in there because you figure out you actually do have the time. So back to when I started this business, I literally had 20 to 30 minutes a day, and that was it, to spend on this business because I had a full-time job, single mom, building a life over again, right? So I know that it can be done. I know that if I have a plan every single day, I can get it done. Now, yesterday, I don't know how many of you can drop in the chat, how many of you jump on my Zooms? Yes, your normal job always takes priority because they're the ones who don't do this job at that job. This is worked into the nooks and crannies of your day. You have to, I had a regular job too. So I would get up a little bit early, send some messages. During lunch, I would send some messages. When I was driving from one dealership to the other, I had Maria on the phone with somebody else doing a three-way call, but I was driving. She was doing the talking. I had all that planned out of who was going to be on the call on a sticky note stuck on my console. So as soon as I got in that car, that's who he called. When I came home in the afternoon, I had 2 children I had to take care of, right? So a lot of times my stuff would take place after they would be put to bed, and I would work 10, 15, 20 minutes. Of course, I was tired too. So, right? So I had to work diligently. And even when I came home and started doing this full time, there was still a lot of stuff to do. There wasn't an 8-hour to 10-hour day regular job, but then this job, I had to make or break it, right? There was no taking a day off. We had to actually make my life better. So being organized in that sense was very super, super important. So I'm telling you, you got to make sure you're the one that has that passion. Make sure that you listen to Jason Campers and listen, is that me? Or am I making excuses for not getting my stuff done? Am I balancing everything? How many of you ever struggle with that? That you literally like, okay, well, I did my Thrive job all day, but my house is a disaster. My laundry's not done, you know, and the husband came home and all I'm doing is being on the phone the whole time. Like, how many of you ever had that balancing issue too? I'm telling you, if you'll lay it out in a notebook every hour, you will get everything done. So mastering that calendar and being able to do all that, takes time, but it can be done. And I'll throw this part in here real quick before we jump to the next thing. Time chunking your day will make you so much more efficient at everything. If you will 30 minutes do nothing but send message, send message, send message, send a message, do a reach out, do a reach out, do a reach out, do a reach out. And when that timer goes off, you go change the laundry out, wash the dishes, start your Roomba, whatever you need to do, feed the dogs, play with the dog, go on a walk, whatever. That timer goes off, you come back. You do follow-ups, 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 follow-ups. Timer goes off. Next 30 minutes, you can go have a snack. You can go fold the laundry. You can make sure the beds are made. You can run to the post office, whatever you need to do, 30 minutes. That's it. Timer goes off. You come back. You make sure that you're on a working Zoom. This 30 minutes right here. When this 30 minutes is up, you finish up what you need to, then you go do something that balances your life. Run a meal to your child or run an errand for your kid or go to the school and do the things that you got to do up there. My life. When they let me in. Doing time chunks and balancing all that will make your life such a better place. But here we are today. We get a huge promo yesterday. Now, I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I got on my working Zoom yesterday. I told everybody what they needed to do in that working Zoom to get all those free accounts. We would address something later. Well, that did not fit into my schedule that day. Okay, because I have my day laid out. I didn't know a promo was going to drop, but somehow I had to, that message that I told everybody on my Zoom yesterday to send out, I had to figure out when to do it. Do you know when I had time to do it? Lisa, you were on there with me yesterday. It was 8:45 last night before I had time to send all those messages out, but turned right around and had 8 free accounts. Okay, so I knew that it worked. I'm going to give all of you that message here in just a second, but I was not going to finish the day because I had told all those people that they needed to do that. And then I had to start reaching out to people who told me they were going to do it and say, hey, how'd you do? And they were like, oh, Susan, I'm sorry. I only got 3 free accounts. I was like, you're ahead of me because I'm just now doing it. You're human. You've been given, you're given the knowledge. You're given the tools. You have to make them work. So let's talk about that. How many of you in here have already gotten your 10 free accounts? Or if you work more than one account, like I work mine and my husband's, I have to get 20, right? So how many of you have already got all of yours done? I only have 8. I think I saw some messages come through, so I should have more. How many do y'all have? 5 to 10, that's great. So Lisa, do you have the message that I told you to send out to everybody yesterday? Will you pop that in the chat for everybody? So I know she was on mine yesterday, so that works well. We literally, I had people come back and go, oh yeah, I sent that out to 25 people and 18 people responded with their emails. And I was like, well, there you go. Okay, cool. Now, what's the goal here? The goal is not to just get frivolous and non-important emails. Yeah, you got to get 10. You feel like you're like hustle and bustle trying to get 10 free accounts because that's the first step. But do you really just want 10 free accounts that are really not going to do anything? No, you would love for them to turn into something, right? So this right here, hey friends, so I'm in a little challenge today to send info about my Thrive to 10 people. Do you mind if I just pop you over the info in a video? Simple, cut and copy that right now if you don't have your 10, and I want you to make an effort to send that to 25 to 30 people today. Just go through your Facebook, go to the A's, go to the B's, go to the C's, and just pop that message. Now, here's what's going to happen, and this I've done this before several times. I'll send that, and they'll be like, man, I've really been wanting to know about that Thrive stuff. Hello? Or it could just be, sure, no matter what, but I'll take another product. Okay, I just need 10 free accounts, okay? I got to get that done. I want them to turn into something else, but right now, I need 10 free accounts. Please don't stop at 10 if 47 people give you their emails. Keep going. Okay, so we send this message. I send it both places, not on a Facebook page. I don't do that because I don't want, you can change that. Hey friends, so I'm in a little challenge today to send info about my Thrive product to 10 people, to as many people as possible. If you'll help me with my contest, drop a heart below. People will drop their hearts. Okay. Now here's the deal. If you do it in Messenger, if you do it there, you got to take it over to Messenger because you've got to get their email, right? Here's very, very important steps. I want to make sure you understand. As soon as they give you their email, you go create their free account. You do not stop there. You got to go back in and say, hey, thanks. Check your email. You should have one from Lavelle. That's the company that makes my Thrive. Click on your Lavelle link and this video will pop up. Now I'm going to write that part, that follow-up part in chat real quick. I want all of you to copy what Lisa posted, and I want you to go send that to as many people as you can while I'm typing the other thing. Let's see who can send the most. And go. Oh, I got to mute this because I hate that sound. I just want y'all to know in high school, I lettered in typing, not basketball, not sports, not band, typing. So I typed that really fast, but I'm typing it for you because I want you to copy and paste that for the, when the people come back. Okay. Super, super important to make sure you quickly follow up with them. But that is, again, not where we stop, right? So you've created a free account. How many do you still need? Here's what I did. I still needed a few more on mine and a few more on Mike's. So I basically drew blank lines underneath our names so I can start filling those in. So I kind of have to visually see where I'm going. So send that message. The first grader and fourth graders. Okay, what video do you? Okay, that's the video, Tara, that I'm sending. I'm not sending them a video. I'm creating them a free account where they're going to go in and click on the video, click on the Lavelle link. That's their video is going to pop up. Okay. So after you've created that free account, they've now watched the video. You could stop right here. You got your 10, you've done what Paul told you to do, and be done. But that's not really our goal, right? So I will usually go back in and go, so what did you think about that video? Would you be willing to try this product? They may say yes or no, they may ignore you. Okay, so now I want you to keep sending that original thing while I'm going to tell you what happens after they've came back and you said, hey, would you like to try this product? I'm about to go type it. I hope y'all are copying and pasting this and putting it in your notes. Yeah, I was muted there for a second just while I was trying to type that because I hate that sound of people typing on a computer and they're not muted. Can y'all hear me now? Lisa, give me a thumbs up if you can. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you've created their free account. Now you don't want it to stop. I go back in later. I give them plenty of time to watch that video. So they may be on my follow-up the next day, okay? Because my goal today is to get all the free accounts. The follow-up of taking them the step further could be tomorrow if we want to be real. So then I'm going to go in and I'm going to ask them, so what did you think about that video? Awesome, right? Okay, so now that you have seen that, would you be open to actually trying this product? I have some sample packs available at a discounted price and would love to pop one in the mail to you today. I did not tell them I was giving it to them. Okay, now, if they come back and they say, sure, I'll tell you what to say there. But here's the deal. I don't like to give samples away. I a lot of times will send a one-day free birthday sample, but that's usually it. I do not like to give away 3 and 6 day samples because I feel like if they have no money involved in it, they're not going to take it seriously. And everybody's searching for something free, right? But I'm not in the business of not having a good business. So, all right, let me answer some of these questions real quick, and then I'm going to tell you what I say. Yes, knock it out. What are you doing to get them to that free account part? That was just it. If they said that they would be open to seeing the video, I ask for their email and I create their free account, and then I go to that second thing. Do I ever tell them I'm creating them a free account? Absolutely not. I do not. You can be offended by that. You can think that's going to scare people off. I have never had anybody get mad at me for creating them a free account and not telling them. I do not ask. I do not ask. But what I do is I get their email, I create their free account, and I immediately, sometimes while I'm clicking the little robot thing, I have already sent them that message that says, hey, you should have just received an email from Lavelle. That's the company that makes Thrive. Click on your Lavelle link and that video is going to pop up. That's it. Now, some people disagree with that, but it works great for me. And well, there you go. So you just ask if they, no, go back up to that thing, Sue Ellen. So where I say, no, I don't ask them. Thanks so much. Now you're never mind. Let me go back. Oh, sorry. Did I say that? Oh, yeah, here it is. Hey, friends, so I'm in a little challenge today to send info about my Thrive to 10 people. Do you mind if I just pop you over the info in a video? If they say, sure, I'm like, great, what's a good email? They send me their email and bam, I go to the next few steps. Oh, okay, let's repost that. Lisa, while I'm talking, will you repost each step for me? I would super appreciate it. Or Natasha just did. Never mind. Natasha's already started it. Darn it, I forget that you don't see the chats up ahead of that. Okay, so that is first and foremost. We have about 6 minutes left. I'm going to go into, now you got to get $800 in new QV. Don't think I didn't panic about that for like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Because here's probably what creeped into a lot of your minds. Oh my God, how am I going to pull that off in 1 week? How am I going to do that? Oh, there's no way I can do that. Every single one of you probably have that little voice that sits on your left or right shoulder that tells you you cannot do it. It cannot happen. Maybe you've been in a position before where Lavelle has launched the GOAT promo or whatever, and you didn't pull it off. What do? Password, I always create the same as their username with an exclamation at the point, Elaine. That's how I do it. Okay. Every one of you have probably had that point. And I, Susan Kaufman, 200K leader in this business for 7 years, Lavelle millionaire, also have that little person on my shoulder that does that to me. You can't do it, Susan. Where are you going to come up with this? How's it going to happen? That is, I'm not trying to be pretentious or bragging about where I've gone in this business. I'm just going to tell you that it happens to every single one of us. Do you stay in that space and believe this little person? So if you have Jesus and Satan on both sides, which side are you supposed to be listening to? You're supposed to be listening to Jesus, not Satan. That's Satan that's over there doing that to you, okay? It's the little voice that tells you you don't have to get up and exercise. It's the little voice that tells you you don't have to worry about doing things when you know you really need to, okay? We need to that person off of our shoulder and move on. So here's what I did, because I have that little voice creep in and I let them stay there for no more than 30 seconds. And I'm like, out, out, I got work to do. So I took my name and I wrote I put blanks for all the free accounts that I needed to fill in, right? Because I have to have 10. And then I put 2 blanks of 2 $400 packs. That's the easiest way to get to that. That's where I'm going to go. And why do I want to do $400 packs? 1, because it's easier to get there. And 2, I can use that as waiting room volume for somebody else. But I got to find somebody who's never ordered before to be willing to do that $400 pack, right? Okay. So then I did the same thing. I put Mike's name, I put all of his little things, and he needs 2 $400 packs. So I got to find 4 people who will do $400 packs, 200 me, 200 Mike, and well, let's just go ahead and be crazy and help my son out too and find 200 him. So I got to find 6 people to do a $400 pack that have never ordered before. How am I going to do that? Well, first of all, I now know I've got my 10 free accounts, which I don't have that done yet, but that'll be done today. And I know I've got my lines there. I got to figure out who they are. Well, I'm going to start with the free accounts that I have in my system. Not necessarily the ones I'm doing today, but maybe some people who have tried it before. Maybe some people who've wanted to try it before. People who are in my free account database who have never ordered. Those are the ones I'm going to go to. And here's what I said. I'm going to go find what I said because I typed it out to Lindsay today. I did type it out to, oh, dang, I have 14 messages in my messenger. I need to go find it. Hold on. Now, I'm going to tell you all right now, please do not stress out if you cannot give an incentive, but here's what I got. Oh, she corrected what I sent, so I'm going to tell y'all what Lindsay sent, okay? Apparently she didn't like the way I worded that. No offense. None taken. All right. So here's what I said. Stay with me on this. We have 2 minutes. Hey, friend, I just got word that our $400 promoter packs, which includes free skinny pills, 3 months of Thrive, and is a value of $730, is going to be at a discount tomorrow. I said it's going to be half off or more one day this week. You can put in there whatever you want. You can say, let's just say this is going to be on special. Just say that one day this week. I'm fixing to type it in here. Oh, and obviously this comes with no auto ship. It contains 3 months of products. You want me to put you on my VIP list to get the information first because I know only a few are going to be available. That's the message I sent. Now, you got 2 messages you're working with here. You got each free accounts. And then this is the message that I sent to people who have never ordered before that I'm like, what the heck is your problem? I don't know what's wrong with them. Now, this is a little bit more steep than getting a free account, right? This is harder. So this message is probably going to have to be sent to a lot of people. Now, I didn't tell them the cost. I didn't tell, which some people I will. I just told them it was going to be on special. Okay. So let's say they come back and say, yeah, I want to be on your VIP list, or yeah, that sounds good. Or they may ignore you. Who knows? But let's say you do have people come back to your VIP list. What do you do then? Well, you don't send them the special right away because you told them it was going to be on special one day this week, which could be tomorrow. Depends on how fast you want to work, right? And I'm going to tell you that I literally pulled that out of nowhere today when I was talking to Lindsay about it because we were trying to figure out how am I going to get 6 $400 packs sold to people who have never ordered before. And she was like, whatever you just said, you need to write that down right now. So this is what we came up with. And of course she corrected me. But here's the special. So tomorrow or whenever you get the yeses back, say, great, I've got you on my VIP list. I will let you be the first to know. Okay, that's it. Then it's a waiting game. What day are you going to release it? Now, whatever day you say you're releasing it, it needs to go through Friday. Okay. So this is probably why I'm going to be sending this message today and tomorrow, because it's going to release Thursday and Friday. Why? Because Friday's usually a payday. Okay. Now, here's what her and I discussed this morning. I don't like adding promoters to my team who are just jumping in for a good deal, because I need quality promoters. I need quality people. I need people who are going to run this business with me. And maybe, just maybe, one of these people will be that. That'll be more of my follow-up later. Right now, I'm kind of on a time crunch to get the new $800 in QV, right? So this is my way in. I got to get in. I got to get in their inbox. I've got to get them even thinking about this. Obviously, after they order it, I'm going to tell them all the options that are open. VIPs, there's a $1,300 in bonuses on the line. I'm going to go that route, but I got to get it in the door first. It's like trying to be a corporate leader, but you're not even at the company yet. You go work in the mailroom, so you at least got your foot in the door, right? So this is kind of where I'm going with this. It's not my favorite option, but it has worked in the past. Now, what is your promotion? Me, because I know that I'm going to get paid a certain amount on those, which is at least $80. And then if I hit the 50%, that tells me I'm going to be making $120 off of it, right? The fact that I need 2 of those, not only for Mike to hit the 800 QV, but for him also to finish qualifying for his trip, I'm probably going to half price them. That's just me. You don't have to do that. And I need a couple of more tax write-offs for this month. So that would be it. But you don't even have to do that. You could say, okay, so here it is. It just came down. That $730 value pack is actually on special for $400. I'm going to cover your shipping by sending you a shipment reimbursement, and just for kicks, whatever else you want to do. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything. You can just say, oh my gosh, it's $730 value and it's on special for $400. So you might be wondering where I get that $730 value. If they do, $400 worth of product plus, let's say, balance, that makes $440 plus $150 in free credit stuff. That makes it to $440. $590, but if you actually put the retail value on everything instead of what the wholesale value is, which is $400, it really bumps it up to around $730. That's where I got that number. I don't remember who gave me that number, but that's kind of what it is. I need to hurry up and finish up because I know y'all need to go get busy on this. So that's how I do that promoter pack. Now, I also will go, and as soon as you order, you can immediately earn $25 in credits to go towards whatever else you want. How do they do that? They do that little compliance thing. That's how they get that. So that's something else that you would tell them. So right now, let's go through real quick and ask questions. I know that was a lot. Of course, we're, again, kind of in a hustle and bustle for the next several days to get this done. Natasha, do you want to come in and say anything else?
No, that was incredible. I think that's where people get held up, is on what to say. And, the other thing is guys, she didn't really hit this, but don't worry about who you're sending that first message to. Don't overthink the person. And that's where we all get really stopped in our forward momentum, is we think about, oh gosh, do I send this person or don't I? Just literally go like, the next 20 people that pop up by you doing click send, click send. And that will help you guys take action versus overthink and paralyze.
Yeah, the analysis paralysis. And I'm going to tell you this, Lindsay and I talked about this morning too. Sometimes there's so much to do that we just freeze and we're like, okay, I'm so overwhelmed right now. I need to take a breather. What do I need to do first? I got to have those 10 free accounts. Okay, I'm just going to send that message to 20 people. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to go eat lunch. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to walk out this door till I have sent that message to 20 people. And even with all the stuff that I had to do this morning, I had to get that message out last night and today. So that's what I did. And obviously, while I was doing my volunteer work, all that was working because I just opened up my messenger.
And take note on what she just said there. She sent it last night and this morning and walked away from it. it's okay to walk away from those messages. You don't have to have an hour available for responding. That's the beauty of Messenger, is you send, and then every single person is totally cool with having to wait on a response, because that's how Messenger runs. If they are not, and they're very antsy and like, hey, hello, where you at? Then honestly, I don't want to work with that person anyways, because like, that's a little much for me. And so guys, don't overwhelm yourself with not having enough time at that moment. Know that you have 10 minutes. You can get 20 messages out, and then you can respond later.
Hey, Charlotte asks, should we put their name or start with, hey, friend, you do what sounds good to you? Now, I can go faster if I say, hey, friend, because I can just forward. But if I want to slow down and make it more personal, I can put their name in there. No big deal. It's whatever you have time to do.
So this question here, dealing with somebody who has their email already in there. So guys, there's a lot of times people give their email and they don't know what it was for, and the person never followed up to let them know it was there, like they used their email for this. So a simple thing that I do if that happens is I just send in a support ticket from my account stating this person's name, this is the email. Can you check to see if this was used in any other account and if it's been active at all? Support will look at it. If it's never been logged into, they cancel it, and then that email is available for use. So don't, let support do that. Now, if there has been activity, support will come back to me and say, actually, they just logged into that account 2 months ago. And so now I know the conversation is like, I would love to help you, but you really do need to go back to the person that you are connected to, because it looks as though you logged in a couple months ago. They immediately are like, oh, yeah, now I remember. So guys, let support guide you on that one.
Yeah, a lot of times they will say, I've never set up an account. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never tried this thing. They probably didn't. They probably didn't. Do you know sometimes when we're doing those, you get $2 for every free account, how many people will just take their email database and create free accounts without asking? I don't ask if I can create anybody a free account either, but I'm at least in communication. I don't ask that particular verbiage, but I do ask if I can send them information.
Exactly. But you're following up. So then they go, oh yeah, that's right. Susan created that account because she then told me to check my email. Oh, okay. That's where my email. So there's a way like that. That's perfect. That's so perfect. But there are times where they don't have a clue their email was used. Plus they don't check their email. So with that being said, tomorrow, let's tell everybody tomorrow and how excited I am and you are. But guys, we got to show up big tomorrow.
Yes. Drew is on tomorrow. I was so excited when he said that he would join us. I don't even know what he's going to talk about. I don't know, but I'm pretty.
It's always
excited.
good.
Yeah, he's always good. So I'm excited that he is showing up for us tomorrow. I will make sure and share the link, and Natasha will do the event, and we'll have everything good to go. But hey, I want to thank all of you for jumping on with us this afternoon. Now it's payday. Go check and see what you made. All right, I'm out. I will post this in the event, so if you need to go back and get the verbiage, you can save it. I'm telling you, this is not the first time I've had to use all of this verbiage, so there you go. You guys have a great day. Bye, Natasha.
Bye.